Allied troops targeting Bravo 1.
가자. We are about to attack Alpha 1. We're executing the plan, holding sectors. Support drop available.
Return to the engagement immediately.
I'm ready.
Yo, what's good guys? Hope you're all doing well. I've pretty much exclusively been playing the new air superiority mode in Battlefield 2042. Yeah, it's not quite BF4 with the skill required, but I am still having a blast. One thing I've noticed in Battlefield 2042, it feels very similar when you have the controls set up right. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I set up my controls and use something called enhanced out of 11 as I've done here. The 6 out of 11, that's a default setting, but enhanced point and precision is also on by default, so if you haven't actually changed anything, all you have to do is just uncheck that box. Now after you've done that, you can also change your DPI settings within Windows, and for me 1600 DPI is the best. You'll have a slightly lower input lag with slow tracking, which happens to be a lot of the heli tracking in this game. There's also no pixel skipping, and for me it's hard to justify anything lower, especially having two monitors. In my opinion, 1600 to 3200 DPI is definitely the sweet spot, and 800 is also fine, but it's not quite as good. Now, if you are using 400 DPI, definitely consider changing it. It's kind of ancient at this point, and I think people only really do it because their favorite players or whatever used to run 400 DPI, or that's how it used to be. Settings, there's just a few things you have to do. So we're going to start by going to the mouse and keyboard tab up here. Now, we're talking about vehicles in this video. I will do a full-on settings guide for foot ones. Now I run 8%, and these are the kind of sensitivities I use. Definitely want to have max FOV, as you can see up there. And the helicopter control sensitivity just came default at 70. That felt the best to me, and I haven't noticed any benefit of going much higher than that. Go into key bindings and head over to the helicopter tab. Over there. And once you're here, you can rebind exit vehicle if you press it accidentally, or change your vehicle seat kind of things, or your chase camera binds. But this is where it really goes down, the movement bindings. So I've unbound your right and your left, and roll right and roll left, and basically just swap them around. So that's what rifle aim is. You want to bind your to your mouse left and right, and your roll to D and A. That is the way you get a much more precise rudder movement. I'd also recommend using pitch up as mouse up and pitch down as mouse down. That'll just make it feel a lot more like infantry. Now you also want to unbind fire from space in case you want to use it as pull up, which is what I do. And the rest of this is all pretty standard. So once you've done all that, you can head out of the game and give it a go. So once you've done all this, don't expect instant results. In fact, when I first transferred to rifle aim in BF4, I could barely even fly the heli. It took about a week to feel natural, but since it's a bit easier on 2042, I think you guys could learn it a lot faster. There's also the fact that I had a lot of hours flying the helis in BF4 using the default settings. So I basically 180'd everything I knew, and my muscle memory that I had built up for so many years was actually really playing against me. If you aren't quite as experienced, it's actually probably going to be a lot easier to learn, especially in this game. What you will notice though is that aiming feels the exact same as infantry now. Where you move your mouse is where the crosshair goes. It's not quite as snappy, but that's how the game is designed. But it is a lot more precise, especially in those rudder movements. So where you'll notice the biggest gains are definitely going to be like air combat, precise infantry aiming such as the miniguns or anything longer range really, and then the tow missiles.
Yow.
You got it set. You're setting up your and having a look into more control to that, yeah?
Well, the free look on the helicopters and the planes isn't working, and there's no fucking button for it in the game. It's
Don't
fucking
fuck
dumb.
with me.
Look, I don't know
Maybe
if you can see what I don't know. You can't see it live.
not fully live, no, but it's not that long far behind, is it? But yeah, what is it called now? It used to have a funny name, didn't it?
Decoupling. I've found something about decoupling, but I don't think that's just directions, isn't it?
No, I bet yeah, it's the device. I bet if you plugged in your fucking your stick, I bet you get a fucking choice, man. What is it called? It's not a funny name, is it?
How's it recording your voice? Am I hearing your voice again?
Because you've got voice recording turned on your system settings.
No, it records what. That's the problem we had before, and it records WhatsApp.
Yeah.
There's no way. Yeah.
How's it recording your voice? Am I hearing your voice again? It's recording and then playing it back to me. You've got voice recording turned on your system settings. It's all good though. I was doing it through my headset before. That's the problem we had before, and it records WhatsApp. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I guess
Mate, this is well fucking weird. I don't know if you're talking to me or not.
No, it's all right. I put my headset into my phone that I'm watching with.
I'm hearing your voice twice, so I don't know if you're talking to me again or what.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to hear yourself now.
No, I couldn't hear myself. I could always hear you talking twice. So I don't know which one of you is talking live.
What I do is basically, I just
Camera.
I take off the speakerphone once because I think he's not doing it twice. He was doing more. So.
Huh. Click.
So yeah, maybe you can disable your mic, like with the game or something. I don't know. Select which devices use the mic.
That's WhatsApp. Oh, I know. Yeah, because I can disable. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it, isn't it? That's it. Exactly. That'll do it. I might do, because I'm coming through from the other side, and I didn't used to hear your voice twice, but I did used to hear my voice twice when you're. Is there any other system we can use? Maybe like just what's it? That other app? You know, that Team Speak type app. What's it called? I've got an account for it. It's Dystopia or whatever it's called. Fuck knows. Picks it up. Yeah. I'm seeing on for invert vertical look, mass global controls. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Exactly. There should be a toggle, shouldn't there? Toggle free look. Wow, weird. Oh, wait there. what you can do is hold down a key and then move your mouse. It should do a toggle plus mouse move. You know what I'm saying? So try that. Try holding, I don't know, shift or something. So, but if you tried holding 2 keys down, would it do it? Or maybe just try and hold down a key and you move your mouse and see what happens. Try. So if you wipe it and then hold like up on the arrow and then move your mouse, see what happens. They just haven't. Just literally, there's a whole thing missing, ain't there? There's literally a thing missing. So there's no way to hold a keyboard key and then move your mouse. That's silly. I bet. So that's a big thing to ask people not to be able to look free around. Since every game, every Battlefield game, and every shooter game ever created has had it, and how simple it is. And it's just EA, isn't it? Another one of EA's great fucking ideas to remove shit from the previous game for no reason. Jet free look. Dopey bitch. I know, and that's the kind of answers that they think is an answer. They probably aren't even playing the game. Nah, no, that's just what it is in some games, and whoever's answering hasn't even got the game, probably. Oh. But you haven't tried holding it and then moving around. Give it a go. And you haven't wiped it, hopefully, but because it might be raw. It might be a raw input that you can't edit. As dopey as that sounds, but that's what it might be. That's why you can't find it, because it's not even on the fucking list. Because you can't edit it. You know what I mean? That's another fucking thing that the EA are great for, isn't they? But it'd be good if it is, because at least you've got one. Yep. They've just not done it yet until everybody gets up in arms about it. Wow, you can still set it up on a flight stick for sure. Be easier to set up on a flight stick. Yep. So can you, because you got a PC, you can set up auto hotkey to do all these things for you, like automatically. If it senses one thing, it'll do like a whole series of other things for you. I know. Should be built in. Auto hotkey has. Yeah, it'd be fine. But auto hotkey also has mouse and joystick emulator in it, so you can actually make your keyboard like a mouse and like an axis. Really good.
Take for targets.
Fad. You found out how to type in the chat box. J switches the bomb. Oh, right. One's squad, one's world, one's team. Yep. Right, because you used to be the mouse button on some other thing, like on foot or something. Okay, so how can we work out a way to look around using the, you know, the normal look left, look right, look back thing, right? Stop smoothing and all that, doesn't it? So what you're gonna need is, if you got my mouse that you said's fucked up, you can manage to get that working, like pull it to one side or the cable so it works, and then stick it there, something like that. You could use those back buttons, a back set or whatever, to like look around. You know, look left, look right, look at all that could be on like the back set. But okay. Taken apart and gluing, I suppose. But yeah. Vehicle third person field of view, ADS field of view. Ooh. Yep. What about your map size or your default map zoom? Can you set that in there as well to stop it yourself from having to keep zooming in? Or is that just another day one or early days bug as well? Like, you know how the map... Nah, that's right. You know how the map size, we used to be able to change it in the other versions? You know what I mean? Change it to 130 so that it's a bigger map, but you could make it see-through a bit so it didn't block your view. Can you still do that? Yeah. And what about the default zoom? Because you used to be able to set the default zoom in it as well. Like to like zoomed out to 300. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then there's default zooms in tanks and default zoom in helicopters in it, and in aircraft you want it at like 500, don't you? Or whatever. But yeah, they've reduced the amount of options there too. So new game, less options.
So if you use inverted as well, you'll actually have to set spacebar to pitch down and left alt to pitch up, and then they'll actually...
I mean, God, you're in a jet and you can't look around. Like, what kind of oversight is that, man?
Turn your map view distance for air vehicles up to the max, which is 300. This will allow you to see and helis incoming much sooner. Then head into mouse and keyboard and go to vehicle. Now, obviously, if you're playing on console, you're going to configure these settings in controller. For me, on mouse and keyboard with a 1600 DPI, and I find that 20% vehicle sense works well. But you might want to play around with that, depending on...
I like the view distance a bit higher on foot than standard. And you get to see people who are running in squads. But you have to make the map a bit bigger itself, you know, on the screen. That compensates for it. And that's nice. Seeing more battles going on around you in a larger area, you know. So you're not surprised when as you're walking into an area. And then in this tank I'll double that, and then in the helicopter I'll put it all up to maximum. So you can see like way ahead of you. Plan what you're gonna bomb like 30 seconds before you get there.
I set full map to tab instead of the M key, too close to everything else and you can hit it by accident. I set full map to tab instead of the M key, and then I stick the scoreboard,
There's
if you
that
can even
pilot.
call it that, on the M key instead. Next, I bind the zoom to the middle mouse button. It comes on the right mouse button as default, but for me, I'm so used to using
It says, look,
right-click
keyboard,
as a
mouse,
review
controller.
camera
So
that
you
I
plug
prefer
something
to
else
switch
in,
those two around.
it'll
So
come
I
up with a
bind
new
review
bar
camera to
of
right-click
things.
and zoom to middle.
You could use your fucking
Whilst we're on
flight
the
stick,
topic of zoom, depending on if you have
but then you'd have to
your
take your
ADS
fucking hand off
FOV
your
to
mouse.
scale
Or
or not,
just set up your
will
flight
actually
stick,
depend
get the
on
new
whether
bar,
an
and use your
NVIDIA
flight stick whenever you're
GeForce
flying.
So
Just have it
unfortunately, the
just
zoom
have it
first person
there
doesn't do anything
somewhere to the side of your mouse,
in which case
and use
you
that
will
for
have to
flying, innit?
rely on third person zoom. But if you don't use ADS to scale, you
Yeah,
should be
because
able
you'll
to
get that
zoom in
new
first person as
thingy
well.
then. And
Now,
if
for
it's a
those of you
flight stick,
looking
it'll
for a
give you an
jet
axis for
camera
looking
roll
around
button,
instead of a
for
button.
some bizarre reason, is missing from
Boom.
a jet camera roll button. For some bizarre reason, is missing from 24. If you don't use ADS to scale, you should be able to zoom in first person as well. Now, for those of you looking for a jet camera roll button, for some bizarre reason, is missing from 2042. So that's the option that stops the camera from rolling left and right with your jet that we had in previous games. First, we'll cover how to avoid lock-ons and towards the enemy team.
Really? Well, not forever. I'll have to change it at some point. But people will just eventually make it happen. It'll be eventually. If it's not one now, there will be. Won't be like that forever, can it?
Let's make the impossible possible.
Strange, mate. I don't know what's going on in people's head. They're building a game. Not why. I really don't understand how they do this every time. Leave out the most normal stuff. There you go, mate. You just gotta wing it. Make do. Yeah. But then again, in a plane, you don't need as many keys as you do on foot, right? So you could reassign some of those keys like Q and E and V and Z or whatever to be like look left, look right, look up, look down, you know what I mean? Or whatever, look forward, look back. Instead of just a gadget or whatever it is. Having a chase camera option is really useful, I guess. You can see them moving more. And then when you're actually behind them, switch back out of it, innit? Yeah, mostly. It says free look left. Why does it say free look up, free look down, free look right, free look left? That's free look. That's not free look, that's look, isn't it? Yeah, why is it called free look? It should be called look, right? Free looks when you hold the button down and then move your mouse around. Hmm. Yep. Yeah, I see that. Hmm. No. Yeah. Because we can't use arrows. No. Mad. Yeah. Wipe those completely, and it will clear them all out. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Mhm. I have to be in there so I can select it and make it your favourite. Stupid, isn't it? Oh, there's an options button, which is O, and that just brings up those 4 things, right? Oh. Dopey. Hmm. Even though it's only you going in there. Right, okay. It's definitely for okay. Cool. Just follow them. P brings up the chat. So K, L, and P bring up chat. Ooh. What about if you turned on crossplay? Do you think it would bring up more options? Maybe that's why, because they haven't got a button for it, so it removes it from the list. Ah. Mhm.
They're attacking Charlie 1.
Mhm. Mhm. What? Wipe them. Wipe the keys that are currently there, and then set yeah, yeah. Takes ages. Yeah. Yep. Oh, you turned off raw input. You put raw input on, didn't you? Oh, okay, then. Yeah, because it should accelerate. So that's acceleration. Right.
How are we faring? Everything's going as planned. Securing objectives.
Didn't it say there was an auto hover button? Something you could set for these helicopters. Yeah, that slows all hell, isn't it? But by the time you've looked around, you're already dead. Right, stable landing, that one. Can you shut down the engine in this game? Does it just shut itself off? Helicopter control. 3P aircraft camera roll. Helicopter control assists. What are they? Transport vehicle free look sensitivity. Gunner free look sensitivity. Maybe it considers it something because you're a passenger or whatever, a pilot. Maybe one of them might just work, even though it's named wrong. Or is it in pilot? Pilot, maybe? Is it? Well, you're a pilot in a helicopter, isn't you? Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Nice. I know. Set that anyway and just see if it affects the helicopter. You never know. It might be dumb like that. Because there's a transport helicopter, isn't there? So maybe it's global. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ah, so that's why it's moving slow. It's doing the yaw at the same time as looking. It's crazy. No. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. With the buttons. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a look behind button, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going on with this Wi-Fi now. Every few seconds. Right now, it's only on 720p. I bet you if... Damn. I'm gonna set my I'm gonna use my tether, man. I'm gonna use my hotspot off my phone, off my 4G, and see if it's better than Wi-Fi, because So I'm connected to the swamp, 5G. I'm using my Wi-Fi on my phone, myself. I'm using my 4G on my phone, and now I'm connected to the stream using my own phone, 4G, and it's better. It's giving me 5G, giving me 5 gigahertz as well. Whereas that network, that router thing's switching between 2.4 and 5G.
Our forces are moving to attack Bravo 1. We have the advantage. They will do anything to recapture our sectors.
Mhm. So yeah, just sort out your as long as you know what your outside view and rear look like now, you can use those to have a view, at least two good looks around you, ahead of you when it's normal, and then behind you when it's not. Pretty much like once you've got your target on the map, which is most important, make sure your map's the biggest it can possibly be, give you an idea where enemies are, and then if you fly over them, use your rear look to see them, and then plan your turn in it if you need to. And you can kind of gauge it anyway. I think your natural flying style and abilities will kick in anyway, and looking around won't be necessary.
Hostile forces at Charlie 1.
What? Mars! Keep it up!
Friendlies are securing objective Bravo 1.
At least now you've got a someone to practice with. Is this a rated server or no? No. Menus have always been complicated. This is just ridiculous.
You're making me dizzy!
What's this? What's this? Really? Ah, yeah. Right. Just murder yourself and run it. They hit respawn. Really cool. If you need it. Perfect. Yeah, it only click. That's better. Less fingers and thumbs in it. And Q could be spotting it when you're in here, unless of course there's a gadget. What, to look left or look right? Nah. That is long, mate. I'd literally wipe every key in the entire list for helicopter and just start from scratch, doing my own thing, you know what I mean? So that the game doesn't have a thing. Yeah. Yeah. Throw it around your keyboard in places you don't want it to be. Yeah, maybe. Mm. Yeah, maybe. You can plug a control pad in. You've got a Sony pad, which is pretty decent. That might be might be the best option for you, especially if it's their superiority and you ain't got to worry about it. But anyway, you can have the control pad as well. Right, because it's control pad, it will give you less shit to worry about. And you can have it on your lap the whole time. You never really need to pick it up unless you decide you want to get into a plane or whatever. You know what I mean? As a passenger, pretty much is the only time you're going to get into a vehicle, isn't it? And shooting. So, but yeah, if you want to actually fly, set up your control pad or set up your joy your kick forward and step them not easier. No. The only good thing with having those sticks instead of the mouse and that is that you can just rotate freely, can't you? Real quick. Just hold in the direction, isn't it? Oh yeah, different character.
Tracking enemies!
Yeah, it's all good. Can you change characters between lives?
Got movement!
Oh, there's one. That's quite far away. Ooh, find out where the enemy is. So yeah, that spotting thing works for sure. Yeah, smoke's good for you because you can scan through the smoke. What you need now is a heat sensitive scope in it, so you can throw your smoke and you can look through the heat. Yeah. Yeah, it's what's it called? Field of view, depth of field. Disable depth of field.
Reloading!
Set the single shot. And then remember to practice when you run the last few bullets, strip into your pistol to do the finish. Rack up some more pistol kills and get yourself more pistols and stuff. And at the same time, win more battles.
150 degrees, 70 meters from my position.
Yeah, bitch. Oh, behind you. Scan.
Reloading! Spot the down!
Oh, no. You nice little tap shots there. 10 seconds ago. Oh, yeah.
Marking a threat, south.
It's cool, mate. We can use we use a proper voice call on the telephone, innit? And we put it on speaker. Look,
Got
That way, outside it.
Tango marked, 230 degrees, 90 meters away from your position.
Yeah, because it's silence in your game. I want to call you on the phone, right? Yeah, because in the options of WhatsApp, it says, let this device take control over your microphone, blah blah blah. You know, I should be able to turn that off, and it won't dull it.
Scanning for hostiles! 찾았다! We have a man down!
One single shot. Oof. Ooh. Perfect for them, eh? Is it working?
Enemy soldiers!
Danger there! Smoke incoming!
Fuck, we got wounded! Enemy
Sniper.
soldier marked, 140 degrees, 60 meters from your position. Tango on my mark.
Oh yeah, the XB. It is deadly. It is deadly. It's a long learning curve to get good with it though. That's the thing. That's it, mate. If you dedicate to just doing that, it's fucking finishes you all right.
Hostile mark, 050 degrees, 40 meters
It
away
is,
from your
and
position.
also cover don't help you one bit. You have to move and get the fuck out of there so they miss you completely. But yeah, whenever we got one.
Soldier down, need help! Man down, friendly!
Yeah. It's no good, man. Exactly. It's no good, mate. Trust me, I wouldn't do it either. Alright. Yeah. Maybe pick up an XP and see what the fuck. Learn to use it real good. And then every time someone has one in the game, switch to it and be like, XP, is it? Alright. Innit? Maybe you should pick up an XP and learn to use it in case there's ever an XP fucker in a server. And then be like, oh, XP is it? Alright, cool. I know how to use one of them too. You could just go around chasing him around with an XP as well. Just to get rid of him. Just as like a fuck you. Yeah. I'm just learning XP just to fight a guy who has an XP, you know what I mean? Piss them off as well. Later. Yeah, yeah. Good luck. I'd switch servers, man.